Froid, Skellingman and D'Sey are standing in the living room in the house on planet Holetary. Froid said, "When I was a child, I always looked up in the sky and hoped I'd be rescued, but I never thought to travel around multiverse." Skellingman replied, "We fought creatures like skeleton army, Daleks, alien greys, slasher golovids, harvesters, ocean poet, and the blob." D'Sey said, "There's still more to fight and protect." Meanwhile, in the Moon Control Center on Holetary, a man and a little boy, both wearing white cloak with black stripes, studying an incoming spaceship. So the man said, "Nev, you stay here. I'm gonna have a look at the incoming spaceship." Nev said, "Be careful, father." So Nev's father walked away, while Nev looked at the scanner. What he sees is that a spaceship has been opened. So Nev ran out of the control room into the corridor, calling for his dad. So he turned around and sees a shadow of man wearing armor, carrying a blaster. D'Sey went inside his parents' house. Parsey said, "Me and your mother were thinking of going back to saving the world, Korea." D'Sey said, "But I thought you didn't want to anymore." Lorva said, "The universe still needs saving. We're happy to help. You can come along if you want, but it would be dangerous." D'Sey said, "I've been fighting foes. Don't worry about me." Lorva replied, "You're my son. Of course I'll worry. However, as I've told you, it's clear you know what you're doing and what you're capable of." Back at the house, Zetron, the blue robot, sitting on a chair with touchpads under each hand, said, "There's a report at the Moon Control Center, a spaceship activity." Froid said, "That's no good." Skellingman asked, "Should we investigate?" Froid agreed, so he and Skellingman got out the house. They climbed onto a speeder. Then D'Sey came just in time, so he got on the speeder. Then it drove off into the street of Holetary. Eventually, the trio arrived outside of Moon Control, so Froid, Skellingman and D'Sey got off the speeder. Froid suggested to go inside, quick, and stay away from the ship, as it could be dangerous. So Froid and his team got inside the corridor. They walked down, opening the doors, and found Nev hiding inside one of them. Skellingman asked, "Are you okay?" Nev said, "I can't find my father." Froid said, "Let's find a room to stay in." So Froid, Skellingman, D'Sey and Nev walked inside the control room. So Nev sat on a chair and Froid said, "My name's Froid. This is D'Sey and my son, Skellingman. We're here to help. Can you tell us what happened?" Nev said, "There was a spaceship sighting. My father left to check. I haven't seen him since. There was a man in suit. He had a gun. I hid." Froid asked, "What sort of man? What did he look like?" Nev said, "He wore a white armor." Froid said, "We can go and have a look on a scanner." So Froid typed on the scanner, and the computer reveals the gunship that was outside. Froid said, "Oh no, that's bad, really bad." D'Sey asked, "What is it?" Froid answered, "That's Imperial dropship transport, used by the Galactic Empire Stormtroopers. Me and Skellingman have met Stormtroopers before. First time I met them was at Pinnacle Desert on Earth. Next time I met them was when multiverse shattered all over the planet. Stormtroopers are shock troops from Star Wars Expanded Universe. If there's one here, we're in big trouble." Suddenly, a stormtrooper burst into the room, pointing his blaster, and said, "Stand down." Nev said, "That's who's been chasing me." Froid asked, "Where's the boy's father?" Stormtrooper said, he will be taken prisoner. So will the kid. Skellingman asked, "Why are you taking them prisoners? What did they do to you?" Stormtrooper answered, "I was flying on the ship. There was a blue vortex. At first, I thought someone tampered with the lightspeed buttons, but it wasn't on, so I ended up crashing here." Froid said, "The boy and the father have nothing to do with it. You got through the gateway into our world." Stormtrooper said, "The boy and his father opened the portal to bring me here. You won't get away with this." D'Sey said, "Look, escaped prisoner," as he's pointing out the window. Stormtrooper looked. As the people ran, he realised he was fooled. The Stormtrooper chased. As he's firing blaster, Froid, Skellingman, D'Sey and Nev are dodging the red lasers, firing towards them as they can. Eventually, they got out the building. They run around in the garden. Froid said, "We'll need to set the ship on takeoff, so it's away from here and stopping it from landing on any planets." Skellingman said, "I'll do it. Leave Nev with us. I'll protect him." Froid agreed with the idea, so Nev and Skellingman ran towards where the gunship is. Skellingman opened the door. Nev's father was tied up. Meanwhile, Froid and D'Sey ran around the building while being chased by Stormtrooper, so eventually Stormtrooper held Froid and D'Sey at gunpoint. Not knowing what to do, Stormtrooper said, "You interest me. You've met my kind before and survived." Froid said, "Yes, I met you people before. You never win. So who are you?" Stormtrooper explained, "I am TL-294. I will bring the suspects, including you, to the Emperor for the crimes against the Empire." Froid said, "For the last time, we didn't do anything. You fell into the gateway portal. You ended up here." TL-294 shouts, "You're lying. You will escort me back to the ship. Move!" So Froid and D'Sey walked, while TL-294 points the blaster at them. Skellingman finished off the controls. Suddenly, TL-294 showed up with Froid and D'Sey. So TL-94 says, "You are under arrest." So then Skellingman fired his blaster at TL-294's hand. So Froid quickly picked up the blaster and said, "Now we got you. You will return to your ship and never come back here. Now!" So TL-294 got in. So then Skellingman said, "Weapons are deactivated. You'll never return here. You will stay away from Earth or any other planets." So TL-294 said, "I'm defeated by primitives. I will go, Froid, but you will not be forgotten. There will be more Stormtroopers coming." So the ship door closes and it flies off into the sky, out of the planet. Nev's father said, "Thank you. Can I ask, who are you?" Froid said, "We're here to help. We looked after your son, Nev. He's very brave. That Stormtrooper is gone, for good. At least I hope so." Later on, Froid, Skellingman and D'Sey returned to the house. Froid said, "The thing about saving the world is that we learn a lot, whenever our universe is a big place or not.